pulse that never dies. Sunlight peeks through the cracks in the blinds. A brand new story waiting to unwind. My coffee sings in a porcelain cup. The world says go, so I'm getting up.
I call you, I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wild. You come to me, give me everything I need. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone I ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart. Baby, I would rather be dead. In your heart, since the start of every night and every day. In your eyes, I get lost, I get washed away. Just as long as I'm here in your arms, I could be in no better place. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone I ever met. Ooh, I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Oh, tear us apart. No, no, no.
got the best company in the world. We are the ones. We got the product. We got the leadership. We are the most unbelievable people. We're simply the best.
Good morning, Herbalife. Happy Saturday morning, my dearest present team, tap team leaders, and all the world team members, world team leaders. I suppose that you enjoy your TGI Friday. Yeah, last night for 3 hours with our Chairman's Club 40K, Rodica for her Business Builder series for the day one session. Yes, it is very interesting and very amazing, presentation, sharing from our Chairman's Club, Rodica. Yes, you may miss out yesterday's session. Yeah, this is the first day is talking about uh, the legacy. Okay, so most importantly, she shared very important message here. Let me share with you. It's about vision. It's about confidence, consistent learning, hard work, loyalty, patience, and of course, she emphasized in the topic too. You must invest in yourself. Okay, you might preset your program, and then of course you follow the plan. Follow the plan. Okay, this is a very important message. You take away. Maybe some of you take away. Okay, if not today, you might have the same message. Carry on, and please stay until the end of this session because we are going to uh, give you some message from corporate. Okay, stay for a while. Yes, today is a very challenging day, but it's very beautiful, wonderful morning. Yeah. Today we'll have another 3 hour session. Of course, no worry, you will have a short break in between. The first topic is lead with purpose, building entrepreneurial success through system and mindset. And the second topic, the last topic is design your future, growth, impact, and purpose with Herbalife. So, yeah, if you would like to choose to have your preferred language, the interpretation is ready for you. You just have to click on the globe icon, interpretation icon on your right bottom of the screen. Just choose the language Bahasa Malaysia or Mandarin. Yeah. So without further ado, let's welcome live from Indonesia, Chairman's Club 40K, Rodica Makarai. Yes, let's watch the video.
Chairman's Club member 40K Rodica Macadrai!
Am mers pe sârmă de 1000 de ori și nici măcar nu am avut vreun antrenor, nici vreun ajutor. Am dat-o în bară de 1000 de ori, dar e un hagi în mine care știe să dea gol, să mă facă învingător. Viața trece în viteză, îi pun două puncte și o paranteză și oricât mi-ar fi de greu, când picior de plai mă găsești mereu. Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată, asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată. Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia, din toată inima pentru România. Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată, asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată. Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia, din toată inima pentru România. Din toată merge în viteză. Îi pun două puncte și o paranteză. Și oricât mi-ar fi de greu, pe un picior de plai mă găsești mereu. Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată. Asta e țara mea, jur că e minunată. Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia. Din toată inima pentru România. Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată. Asta e țara mea, jur că e minunată. Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia. Din toată inima pentru România. Pentru România. Îmi cere inima să mai spun o dată. Asta e țara mea, jur că e minunată. Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia. Din toată inima pentru România. Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată. Asta e țara mea, jur că e minunată. Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia. Din toată inima pentru România. Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată. Asta e țara mea, jur că e minunată. Cei care simt la fel să
Wow,
înceapă
what an energy! Guys, you're just too kind. Thank you very much. You know, this is what Herbalife does to us. You know, we're absolutely normal people, and suddenly a lot of people want to take your autographs. You know, this is so funny. This is so cool. Thank you for the honor. You know, but literally, I'm just like you, and you can be like me. Good morning, Surabaya. How are you guys? Hey, you remember from yesterday? Not enough for me. How are you guys? 6 out of 10. Guys in the back, one more time. How are you guys today? Better. You know, I can do this for half an hour. Okay, but really, we need the energy. I like the chanting in the morning that you were bringing the spirit in. This is what we need to do. We need to have the energy because the energy will help us understand, will help us learn, will help us reflect. So tell me, how many of you already, after 2 days of training, have a lot of action items in your book? That's good. And I hope today, with my help and the rest of the speakers and the stories, you are going to have even more. Because this is what we want to do at the training. We want to come at the training and walk away with a head full of ideas, with a notebook full of ideas, with reflections, with understanding, but most importantly, guys, and this is number one focus for you by the end of this meeting, is commitment. How do you say commitment in Indonesian? No, somebody needs to come closer to tell me the word. Commitment? Okay, so you don't, oh, this is great. So the word is commitment. Commitment. And commitment is extremely important, guys, because commitment always precedes the results. People in the wrong way of thinking, carefully, in the wrong way of thinking, and what is the wrong way of thinking? The wrong way of thinking is a kind of a way of thinking that doesn't bring successful results in your life. Attention, not in Herbalife, because Herbalife is one of the parts of life. If you have the wrong way of thinking, you will not have results in Herbalife, but you will also experience lack of results in life, you know? So the wrong way of thinking is, I will try a little bit, fake full time, and I will see. If I have the results, when I will commit, then I will commit. But if I don't have the results, why to commit? This is the wrong way of thinking. Because one of my biggest part of my mental training for my organization is commitment precedes the results. Let me give you a life example. I don't know exactly how is the marriage tradition here in Indonesia, but usually the husband and wife take some vows to each other. Yes, this should be the same here. This husband is saying, I am vowing to take care of this woman, and the woman is saying, I am vowing to take care of this man. Yes or not? And then you are pronounced married. It's the same everywhere. Because, listen, we may have different cultures and religions, but on a human level, we all are absolutely the same. And the principles are the same in every culture, in every religion, and in every life approach, especially spiritual. Okay. So now imagine yourself. You stand in front of the, I don't know, imam. Imam is performing the marriage here. Okay. You stand in front of the imam, and imam is asking you, are you, Muhammad, take this woman and you vow to take care of her for the rest of her life, for good and for bad? And Muhammad is saying, well, I don't really know. I will try, and then I will see. If things go right, I maybe commit, but for the time being, I want only to try. And now I turn to the woman and I ask her, Imam is asking her, are you taking this man to be your husband, and you promise and commit and vow to take care of him? And she is saying, I don't really know. I'll see, I will try. Now, if two people before marriage will say, we will try to see, this will work. This will work? No. Because even before starting your marriage life, you need to commit. I vow, I promise, I take the commitment to take care of my husband, and I take the commitment to take care of my wife. And only when you in public stated your commitment, so you have witnesses, yeah, then the marriage is right. Then the marriage has happened. But before then, before taking a commitment, you cannot really be husband and wife. Now listen, it's the same with everything in life, and in business in particularly. You want to commit first and then do the work, not the other way around. A lot of you here part-time or fake full-time struggle because you have that attitude. And the number one word in the end of this training tonight for you is, what is your commitment for your business? We're talking right now about your business because this is a business meeting. But what is your commitment for next 90 days? What is your commitment for next 6 months? What is your commitment for next year? Because you know what? When you take the commitment, you step into a place of power. You step into a place of personal power because things are clear for you. You know exactly what are you doing. You made your choice. When you want to try, you cannot have clarity. You don't have power. Everything will distract you. Everything will take you from your course. You will immediately forget that you want to have a better life. You will immediately forget that you had goals, that you had objectives, that you need this business to make your life and health better, and the life will just distract you. The same is in everything you do. If you want to have university studies, you need to commit for 4 years or 3 years to go to school, to study, to support the exams. Whatever you do in this stuff, if you are a parent and you are not committed to your child, this is going to be a catastrophe. Yes or not? This is going to be an unhappy human being, unlucky human being who came in this world and nobody is committed to him. Now for your children, you have unwavering commitment. For your husband, for your wives, it's good if you have unwavering commitment. But for whatever else in your life you really want to better it, to better your life, you need exactly the same attitude. The commitment. So in the end of this meeting, you want to have a list of things to do. I always work like that. In my notebook, I always open the last pages, and when an idea comes to me, I write it down. Because then if you write everything in the notes, you lose the idea. But I write down in the end of the notebook to do this, to check this, to try this. This is an idea, to talk to that person, to call that member of my organization. I need to say that to that customer. Because during the training, the ideas come and I write them down. And in the end of the training, I have a list of things to do tomorrow already, something that I can act upon. So make sure you have a list of things to do and have a clarity about your commitment. And in the end of this training, each and everyone send a note to your sponsor about what your commitment is. And it can be different. For some of you, the commitment is, I am committing to dedicate 3 hours daily or 2 hours daily to prospecting, to bring new customers and distributors. No matter what, for the next 90 days, 2 hours a day, I am going to work in social media, do active contacts, work with the referrals, make calls, talk to the guys in my club. Whatever you have to do to bring new people in the business, you commit to that. I'm committed to qualify as an active ball team in the next 6 months. I'm committing to go to global expansion team, and all Indonesia need the commitment to get the focus in the next year. Guys, are you ready to take the commitment to focus for your country in the next year? Are you ready? Are you ready? Show it to me. Show it to me. Are you ready? Are you ready? Who's ready? Okay. Because this energy is going to help you to go through boredom, to go through distractions, to get back on track. You need to have a commitment. I had a commitment to my life. I have a commitment to my life. I am committed to live at the highest level of my abilities. Whatever God gave me, intelligence, beauty, energy, understanding, whatever gave me, I am committed to use it at the highest level. I am committed to grow myself at the highest level. I am committed to help the biggest number of people I can. I don't know how many. Even one person more is great. I am committed to be financially independent. I am committed to be an example for my children. I am committed to have a contribution in my country. I am committed to help 100,000 people in my country get a better health. I have commitments. And when you have commitments, it's easy to know what you have to do. And when you have commitments, something else very important is happening. God gives you energy. When you make a statement in the universe, I am committed to better myself in any day, in any way, God sends you energy. Because God is looking at you and saying, okay, that person is ready to move. I need to help and support. When you are uncommitted, when you don't have goals, when you don't have vision, the energy is dull. You don't receive energy. You feel tired. You feel sleepy. You feel confused. Why? Because you don't have a direction, you don't have a focus, and you don't have a commitment. So are we ready by the end of this training to make a commitment? Okay. Each of you is taking his own commitment. Maybe for some of you, a big commitment right now is to have 10 new customers. I don't care. 5 new customers. But you need to walk away with a commitment. Whatever it is, you need to have one. Okay, so we are in agreement. Let's go furthermore. We are going to have really nice training today. So yesterday I tried to lay down a little bit the foundation and the context for your thinking, for reflecting. But today let's talk about why are we getting into the business. Now, a lot of us are getting into the business because we want to have freedom from the job. But it's very important that you can help others have a business too. So it's freedom on two levels. It's your personal freedom, and then you help other people do the same thing. What is your main job in the business? And this is very important, guys. Your main job in the business is to always prepare yourself to grow. You know, if a business doesn't grow, it's declining. This is just the law of nature. So if today you have 5 customers, your job is to ask yourself, okay, I can handle 5 customers. How can I handle 10? How can I handle 50 customers? And then today, when you have 5 customers, you are preparing yourself to have 50 customers. How are you preparing yourself? You're getting ready. You're getting better skills. You learn to plan better. You learn maybe to use technology to take care of more people in the same time. You are evolving yourself for growth. The same with the distributors. Maybe today you have a tiny little club, but you want to grow. Okay, so you're thinking, okay, I want to move to a little bit bigger club where I can handle more people, yes, and where I can help duplicate other people. Or you're having one club and you want to duplicate 2 clubs in your organization. How are you going to duplicate 2 clubs in your organization if you are not getting ready for that? If you don't have it as a plan, if you don't have it as a commitment, if you don't have it as a goal. But if you are in a tiny little club, you have no commitment, you don't prepare yourself for growth, you have now 5 customers, guess what? In 1 month, you are going to have 2 customers. And in another month, you are going to say, this business is not working. You need to understand, because these are the laws of business that work like gravity. You may disconsider gravity. You may say, I disagree with gravity. Do you know gravity, yes? I disagree. I personally don't agree that gravity exists. I have a protest. This is an anti-gravity protest. I don't want the gravity to exist. You know what? The gravity don't care. The minute I step here, the gravity shows me it doesn't care. The same with the law of business. You can ignore them, but then you pay the price. Because the law of business is always actioning. And if you don't respect them, it's punishing you. The next thing, what is our main focus as entrepreneurs? To always keep an eye on how we do things. Always keep an eye on how we do things instead of just what we do. I will give you an example. In your club, you have the place where you prepare the shake. Yeah? Okay. How is this place looking? Is it clean? Is it cluttered? Is it flowing a natural flow of movement? How many shakes in one moment you can do? But if you want to double the number of shakes, if you want to triple the number of shakes, is your sink big enough? Do you need to move the furniture in the kitchen so you can move easily? Do you have the blender here, the shakes there, and the water there? So every time you need to do a shakes, you run to the water, put it into the shaker. When you run to the shake, and when you forget the shake, and when you run for the second shake, or you have here water, here blender, here shake, and you're standing and you just moving one hand, and in 5 minutes you did 30 shakes. This is taking care about how you do things, not only doing again, over and over again, things in certain ways, just because you are used to that. When you go to active contact, how do you do active contact? Did you try different hours? Did you try different places? Did you try a questionnaire, a flyer, a voucher? What is the conversion rate? How are you doing things as an entrepreneur is very, very important. And you can get a lot of results just bettering the way you do. How are you doing an evaluation? Are you professional? Do you have a pitch book? Do you have a script? Do you know how to handle objections? We are going to talk about all of this later on. So I want you to reflect on how are you doing things, because if you start doing better some things in your business, you are going to experience better results. Now for me as a leader, and this is the message for the president team, for the fellow president team here. My job in the business is always to look to what is not working. I am always scanning my business to look at what is not working. Not because I'm a negative person, no. Because I know that how we do things is more important than just to do it. So I want to see, this is not working right now. Why? Why my people are not personalizing the program? Because maybe my tools are too old. Maybe there is something new I can use. Maybe I need another training. Do you remember that I told you that I want to prepare a new sales training for the group? Because I think my conversions are not very good in the group. They are good, but they could be better. I'm always looking to be better, you know? And this could happen on every level. I want you now, because we are going to go through the training, to reflect on that and to see what are the things that you can do better in your business. Because if we are not thinking and not reflecting every time, what can we do better when we are doing it worse and worse? At some point, what is happening, that the same way of doing is not working anymore. And you get even worse and worse and worse results, although you didn't do anything different. And that's the problem. We need to be always looking for growth, and we need to always be looking for doing things in better ways. Now, why Herbalife is so incredible? Because marketing plan is there to always show you what is the next step. Because the next step is always a path for growth. If you are a supervisor, how can you grow? Become a whole team. If you are a whole team, how can you grow? Become an active whole team. If you are an active whole team, how can you grow? Become a global expansion team, and so on and so on. If I am a chairman's club, how can I grow? Become founder circle. There is always, always a place for growth. And it's within our marketing plan. So just without inventing anything, just focusing on our marketing plan, you can go really far away. We discussed yesterday about freedom and options. You are not in the business for freedom, guys. Nobody is in a business for freedom. How many of you know that the owner of the business a lot of the time works more than the employees? How many of you know that the owner of the shop is more commitment, work more hours than even the employees, you know? But what we are coming for, so you are not coming to Herbalife expecting I will do nothing and I will get paid. You are coming to Herbalife to do things, get much more reward than a regular job, because this is that business and you bring value to the marketplace, make money, and with money have more options. More options to travel, more options to dress, more options to have a car, more options to have experience, to learn, to give education to your children, to have a better house. When you have money, you have options. You can buy a house with 3 bedrooms. You can buy a house with 4 bedrooms. You can buy a house with 6 bedrooms. If you don't have money, you don't have options. You can only rent something. You understand? And something small, because this is the limit. So we are not coming in the business for freedom. If you are thinking that you are coming here to just relax, this is not true. I have worked a lot. I have worked a lot, and when I'm saying a lot, because this is one of the things which is happening with the new generation. We are listening to all these TikTok influencers, and we are listening to all these Instagram influencers that are telling us, oh, in this life, everything should be easy. You shouldn't work hard. Money and cars and wealth, everything needs to come to you easy. It's a lie, guys. It's a lie. This is a lie. Now, I am telling you as a person who went through the path, you know, I met one of the biggest influencers in Romania. And he's a boy who was 27 years of age at that moment. And he was very successful, and he had money in the business, and he had 1 million followers and podcast and everything. And when we met and we had a short conversation, and he told me, oh, I really need to invite you to my podcast because that would be an interesting conversation. And I looked at him and I said, of course, you should invite me to your podcast because I am a story of a certain success, not a probable success. You, my boy, are a story of a probable success because you don't know what will happen to you in the next 5 years and how you will behave, and if you will still be successful, and if you will be able to take the blow, and if you will be able to reinvent yourself. But I am a story of a proven success because I didn't only had success, I sustained it for 25 years. I've been through thin and thick, through down and up. I took the blow, I reinvented myself, I resurrected myself, and now I know all the stages in this process. Funny thing is that that happened. 2 years later, he was really broke and broken. Things were not working the same. He asked me back then to mentor him, to be his mentor, and I said, okay, so now let's see, you're 29. What are you going to do with that? Right now, you are not a story of success. You are really a story of success when you get it, fell down, went back again, and maybe another one fell down, and then get back again. You know, and now he's back. By the way, he's back. I just met him 3 days before coming to Indonesia. We had a coffee together. He's really, really, really a brave guy. But you need to understand that these guys, these young guys, they tell a lot of lies. And how can somebody who is 25 years, yes, how can somebody who is 25 years of age, never really been through the hardship of life, mentor somebody else? How? You know, I'm looking at these girls, you know, they are coaches and mentors, and I want to laugh. I say, my darling, if I shake you a little bit, you are down the floor. You have no idea what you're talking about. So this thing about everything needs to be easy. No, if you want eccentric results, you can write this down. If you want eccentric, does it translate? Eccentric results, you need eccentric actions. For simple results, for simple actions, you get simple results, you know? Now, where is the difference? We mistake working hard with having passion. Because what you need to have passion. If you have passion for what you do, you never feel that you really work hard. Because if you ask me, I was working on normal measurements extremely hard for, I don't know, at least 25 years. But I never felt it like this because I love what I do. So when you fell in love with what you do, when you have a mission, when you understand the impact, long hours are not going to affect you. Because for many years I was working 12, 14 hours a day, every single day. I was doing it just with total passion. And then I didn't have the experience that I worked hard. But guys, you need to put in the hours. You need to put in the hours. What is happening when you work 3 years, 12, 10, 12 hours a day? You know what? I'm telling you. You put in 3 years, 7 years of work. You compress time. If you go to a job and you have an 8-hour schedule, an employee barely works 4 hours. Yes, the rest he is doing coffee, scrolling internet. They did all of this. There is these apps that show that actually for 8 hours being at the workplace, an employee is not clocking even 4 hours of productive work, you know? So imagine yourself, when you work 10 hours of 12 hours, you put 3 days in one. So of course in 3 years, you are going to have the equivalent of 7 or 9 years of work. And of course you will get different results, you know? So don't be shy to get commitment for your work, because it will only pay out. So we come here not for freedom, we come here to compressing the time, bring more value, make more money and have more options. And then you bring these options to your family, and when you bring these options to your life, you understand that it's worth every single ounce of effort. Now, there are 3 stages of your development in the business, and first we almost covered. Number 1 stage is the entrepreneur mindset. Now, what is the reality of Herbalife? The reality of Herbalife is 90% of the people we bring into the business are not entrepreneurs. 90%. If they are not entrepreneurs, that's meaning they don't have entrepreneur mentality, yes or no? I came to Herbalife, I wasn't an entrepreneur. Sergio was an entrepreneur, I wasn't. I was in academics before. So first thing we need to do, we need to learn the entrepreneur mentality. It has 3 distinct qualities. Number 1, responsibility. Responsibility is meaning you take responsibility for your results. For all your results. Your check is up, your responsibility. Your check is down, your responsibility. You have only 3 customers, your responsibility. Yeah, but the market, your responsibility. Yeah, but the money, your responsibility. Yeah, but the economy, your responsibility. Yeah, but the competition, your responsibility. The competition is selling the products, why you are not selling them? Because you are a competition for the competition. You are a competition for the competition. The competition is selling the products, why are you not selling your products? Your responsibility. Because you don't look like your products? Because you don't know how to do the proper product presentation? Because you don't have tools? Because you don't have enough meetings? Your responsibility. Everyone is so serious? Guys, don't take me so serious. I'm a good lady and I'm a good mother. Everyone is like, it's okay, it's just a conversation. Well, of course, I'm doing it a little bit more serious, but just to, to make you aware, literally. Otherwise, you can do whatever you want, including do nothing. Responsibility. I love the word responsibility. Listen, in this life, if you want to go really comfortably, there are 2 notions you need to get friends with, especially the newest generation. Guys, listen to me. I'm an old lady who looks very well, yeah? But I have experience in life, okay? So, 2 words you need to get friends with, and the young generation have a problem with both of them. Number 1 is responsibility, and number 2 is rules. Rules. Rules have a meaning. If you want to see what happens when you don't respect the rules, go on the red traffic light. You understand? There are rules which are stupid, I agree. But rules as a concept, they are very important because they actually organize the relationship and behavior of human beings, you know? But responsibility is one very important word. Why? Because it's coming from ability to respond. Ability to respond is the opposite of being a victim. Yes? Oh, poor me. The products are so expensive. The people tell me that they have no money. The competition is so bad. Nobody wants, everybody's discounting. I don't have customers. This is so bad. What can I do? I'm telling you guys, if you are a real professional, if you look like a million, about 30 million Indonesian rupees, if you look professional, if you have good tools, if you talk with confidence, and if you talk with a lot of people, there is no competition on this world that can stop you. Whatever is happening on the marketplace, you have ability to respond. Become a professional that the market could never reject. Just because every market has a huge deficit of good professionals. And when you position yourself as a professional, then you are going to get the most incredible results. I want to tell you, do you know why I am a board member? I am a board member because I am a professional in Herbalife. And this is recognized. And this is recognized. And I didn't care that I am a woman. I didn't care that I am from Eastern Europe. I got the recognition and the place because I am a professional. And all these years I have been working on being a professional and better and better. And I have good days and I have bad days. And I have periods when I'm very healthy and I have periods when I'm sick. You understand? I'm just a human being and I make mistakes and I have my childhood traumas just like everybody else. You know, but I have the ability to respond and to do the things in a way that will help me get my goals. The same message to the Indonesian leadership. You have the ability to respond to whatever is happening. You need to take responsibility. Self-discipline. Self-discipline as an entrepreneur, nobody is going to ask you, did you come at 9 o'clock at work? Did you stay until 5? You're free to come, to go, to sleep, and this is dangerous. Self-discipline, do you know what discipline is? Do you know what is the definition of discipline? Then the ability to do things when you are not feeling like doing them. This is discipline. Everybody feels like not doing things. Everybody feels like, I don't want to go to talk to another prospect. I don't want to get another no. I don't want to get another customer that is failing. But the discipline is, as a wellness coach, I need to talk to people every day. Whether I feel to do it or not, I'm going and I do it. 1 hour a day, 30 minutes a day. Every single day, you know, and so on and so on. I don't feel like going to a training. As a Herbalife coach, I need to be in the trainings to learn, to set an example for my group. If I'm not going to the trainings, how my guys are going to be in the trainings? And then they will not get the training, and I'm going to suffer. I don't feel like going to a training, but I have a discipline of going to the training. And self-motivation. Self-motivation is your ability to lift yourself when you are down. Whatever it takes, reading a book, listening to a podcast, calling your upline sponsor, calling a friend, calling a family member, going to, I don't know, to take a bath, talking to your mother, whatever works for you, which is lifting your spirit, you need to self-motivate yourself. You need to tell yourself, yes, I can do it. Yes, I can be successful. Because if you look at the entrepreneurs on the marketplace, somebody who has a shop on your street, they need to do this every single day. They need to take responsibility for their business. They have self-discipline to show up every day there, and they have self-motivation. This is very important. So this is step number one. Step number two, and then we will take a short pause, is skill level. Develop the skill level. If you want to become a piano player, do you need to practice? You need to practice. Practicing build you the skill of playing the piano, but not only that, you need to learn musical theory, because this is practicing your skills. You need, whatever trade you have, you need to have a skill set. If you are a surgeon, do you need skills? Oh my God, how many skills you need as a surgeon? You need knowledge, you need manual skills. You need incredible self-control, emotional control, mental toughness, so many skills that you need to develop. This is a business, this is a trade, this is a craft. We need to make the skill set. You need to learn to employ and organize yourself. You know, I'm teaching my distributors, you need to have a conversation with the family, we spoke about it yesterday, and you need to organize your house for the business. You need to organize the kitchen, because there is something new in your life. Herbalife products, they take up space, you know? And you don't put Herbalife products in the closet. No, you take things from your kitchen and you put Herbalife products. You clean the worktop of your kitchen because you need a space for the blender. You create the space for the Herbalife products in your life. You create in a tiny little place a space for your business. Tiny little table, nice backdrop, because you participate in Zoom calls all the time. You don't want to have a rack with clothes on it in the background. You don't want to have cats and dogs and children running around. This is not professional. You want to have a tiny little table where you can have your organizer agenda, your computer or phone or whatever, a nice backdrop, and everyone in the family is knowing that this is the business corner of my mama or my father, even if it is only half square meter. But you make the space for the business in your life. So when you have a call, you can sit. You know, I live in an absolutely amazing place. We have a absolutely incredible house. And when we moved into it, we had one office, one room for an office. But then after 6 months, we understood that this is just not working. Working in the house with children coming and going, with the cleaning ladies, with everything, this was just not even working, because even if we had a separate room, but me and Sergio, we couldn't work in the same room. Because each is having a different call, a different conversation, you know, cannot be in the same room. So some months later, we had an opportunity in the same building down on the first floor to buy another apartment. And we bought another 2 rooms apartment So each of us will have its own office. We were 20K by then, it wasn't in the beginning. But when I was going down from floor number 5 to floor number 1, guys, I was dressing myself in business clothes, I was making full makeup, and I was putting high heel shoes. Because if I was going in pajama, I couldn't focus. So the space where you work is very important. You need to organize yourself in your house. And this is how you gain respect of your family. Everybody knows, including the dog and cat, that they are not allowed to touch the stable. Because this is your office. And you start like that, and you be professional, and you work, and you grow your business, and one day you are going to have a separate office, just as an office for yourself, apart from your home, apart from your club. Because you take things seriously. Become the master of your flow. How to bring customers? I'm going to give you the skill set that you need to follow, yes? And then you will know exactly what to do, and you will have 3 months to perfect it. Business presentation. We want to build an organization, but we don't know how to do a business presentation. We don't know how to invite to an HOM. We don't know what to do with the person after he is invited at the HOM. We need to learn to handle objection. This is the #1 skill. I will repeat this a bit later. We need to know how to help the customer to get results. Well, I can do a good wellness evaluation and sell the product, but then nobody's buying the second month, nobody's losing weight, nobody's referring me. That's not enough. I need to know how to sell, but then I need to know how to take care of the customer, because the fortune is in referrals. The fortune is the second, third, fourth, fifth sales. Long-term customers, this is the fortune. Okay? And how to work with the distributor when he's starting the business, I need to learn that. The company is helping me. The sponsor is helping me, but still I need to do that. And the flow, your sponsors are going to train a lot about the flow in the next period of time. I just want you to be attentive. For some of you, maybe there were going to be changes. Your sponsors are going to come with you with a little bit of clarification. Be open to that, but then you need to have a clarity how to do things, not only what to do, but how to do different things. And the flow is very important because it's helping you to duplicate, makes clarity. It's very easy to teach people when you have a flow and clarity, and then you can grow your model in your city, but in the whole country and in the whole world. I spoke to this more with the leaders. So when you work, what is your trade? Your trade, a lot of you think that your job is to sell products. No, guys. Your job is to build a team of productive supervisors. This is your job. You start with the end in mind. Because if you don't understand that you need to take every customer that you have or every distributor that you have, and you to help him be productive, and this will get you royalties, when you will try only a little bit of part of the opportunity that we have. So it's extremely important for you to understand whatever you do. This is why these are the steps we go with the customer through. And if somebody becomes a distributor directly, still we need to start from the beginning to help them sell the products. So we are in this flow all day long, and our intention is to take every customer and to see who of them wants to become a distributor, and out of those customers who become a distributor, to help them to become supervisors. This is the whole flow. You need to study that. You need to understand that. If I ask you, at every level of the flow, you need to know what you do at that level and what is the next step. Now, when you do that, you build what is called a basic duplication unit of an active wall team. You are completely ready to duplicate only when you became a wall team, because as a whole team, you know retail. As a whole team, you know wholesale. As a whole team, an active whole team, sorry, you know recruiting. And as an active whole team, you know how to develop supervisors. Because only when you know to do all of that, you will actually get the royalties. I'm going to interrupt my presentation here for 5 minutes. We are going to take a little break. Do we have somebody ready to do the sports? You are going to do a little bit of training. I'm going to breathe. And when we come and we finish the presentation, okay?
The Chairman's Club member 40K Rodica Makadrai.
Inima, sou mais bunătate. Asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată. Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia.
Hello guys, everybody good? Everybody okay? Everybody inspired? Everybody thinking? Thinking? Good. This is what I wanted. I wanted mental gymnastics, mental exercise for you today. Okay. So we were saying that from customer to active whole team, you have a basic duplication unit. You learn how to do this business because the rest of your business is actually about duplicating these active whole team qualifications. When you qualify active whole team and you have an active whole team under you, you are a global expansion team. And so on, and so on, and so on. And this is happening when you are learning the trade. Remember, the first stage is to learn the entrepreneurial mentality. Second stage is to become professional in your field, to be the master of your trade. And as a Herbalife distributor, I'm using this concept for over 20 years already now. It's called the house, and a lot of you know about the house. It shows everything we need to do as Herbalife distributors in order to start building our royalties. First is the roof. There is no good house without a roof. If we have the best house with the best furniture, with the best design inside, but we have no roof, what it will happen to it? The rain will come, the mold will come, it will be destroyed. So the roof for our supervisor house is our usage of the product now. 200 volume points is a personal use. Personal use. A strong leader has 600-700 usage with the family. 1,000. My family is using over 1,000 volume points a month because I have the parents, I have the children. We are using all the products, a lot of products, outer nutrition, aloe, everything. So your usage means your product, means your energy, means your integrity in front of the customers, means you know every product that you use. And this is so true. The products you don't use, you don't sell because you don't feel them. And you don't use them because you don't think they are important. Then guess what? You will think that they are not important for your customers. This is why you will not promote them. And if your customers eat less product, they have worse results. And you have less volume points. So it's all tied together. So if you want to sell all the product, you need to use all the product. So you know how you feel, you know what to explain, you understand, and you help your customers get better results. Now, if we take as a reference point 2,500 volume points a month, then this is how we have to distribute this volume. We need approximately 400 volume points from new customers every month. Yes, that's meaning we have for 400 volume points, which is 8 customers in Indonesia, 8 new customers. It's about 400 volume points. So guys, whether you want it or not, you need to clock 2 customers a week. In order to have 2 customers a week, do you need to do like 10 presentations? 10 presentations? Okay. So you need 10 presentations a week. And then in order to do 10 presentation, you need to talk to how many? 50 people, 100 people? How many? 100? 100 to have 10 presentation, to have 2 customers. Guys, this is your plan of action. To have 100 conversations a week, you need to have about 15 a day. But attention, not 15 only on the street. Maybe you do 5 to 6 active contacts or 10 active contacts, but when you have social media, you work with the referrals. But you have 10, 15 conversations a day. And then you make sure that throughout the week, you have 10 wellness evaluation scheduled. Yeah, maybe you have in one day 4. That's meaning in another day you can have 2 and then 1 and 1, whatever, 10 in a week. And then you can have 2 customers. And that will actually, this is why I told in the beginning, that by the end of the training, you need to have a commitment. And one of the biggest commitments you can have is how many people a day you are going to talk about the product. And again, this is not only on the street, it's referrals, it's in social media, it's active contacts, wherever you go. So it's in many ways, but you need to look for those conversations. Now, the next thing is you need to have about 400 volume points from repeated customers. Actually, if you build it right and you work right with the customers, this room can be up to 3,000-4,000 volume points a month. Because if the people can get good results, you teach them how to use the product and everything, they will accumulate in your room B. But if you don't have people in the room B, that's meaning that you are not providing good customer service, guys. You need to provide good customer service. Why? Because this is economically important. Now, you need to have around 500 volume points from your distributor in your personal volume. But in order to have distributors guess what? You need to talk about the business opportunity. Whether you have a separate plan to invite people into the business or you work only from the customer base, you need to make sure in your flow that you invite absolutely everybody to hear about the business opportunity. Now, how many people you need to hear about the business opportunity to have one distributor? 10? Okay, good. So then you need to make sure that you have 10 people every week listening to the business opportunity. You don't know whom of them would want. But 10 people, you have 2 HOMs a week, 5 and 5, great. The same 10 customers from this week can participate at the next week business opportunity meeting. You understand? You can work with the same cohort of people. And then you will get your distributors, but guess what? Like with customers, it's not enough to sell the products to them. We want them to repeat the purchase next month, yes? We need to know how to activate a distributor. Because if we only sign somebody up, does he produce volume? No. If somebody just signs up, that doesn't mean that he will produce volume. He needs at least to use the product, okay, to produce some volume. But in order for him to make some more volume, of course you need to help them to sell first products. Yes or not? So you need to have a distributor activation plan. I will show you one. And then somebody activated himself as a distributor. I want to help him to become a supervisor. Ideally in 3 months, and if somebody is active, he will go in 3 months, building through this house, or up to 12 months, depending on the speed and commitment and how much the person is working. So if I do all these plans in the right way, I will be able to produce. This house is something which I gauge myself. For years, this is happening in my group. For years, our supervisors, every single day, they put the volumes, they have an Excel sheet, they put the volumes here to see how much volume they have in each room. And they know, they track the volume points, they track the profit and everything to know what are their numbers. And from here, of course, you can have new supervisors. From room C is going to be somebody who is accumulating volume in 12 months, little by little. From room D is somebody who is becoming senior consultant or success builder. and accumulated faster. And from room E is somebody who is going to get faster. In 3 months, they will qualify as supervisors. So you see, just doing the right flow, you have actually the access and the source of your supervisors within the same flow. You don't need to go anywhere else. Everything is happening one step at a time. Is it clear, this one? Is it clear? Okay. Now we are still at the second level, yes? Basic, building the skill set. Now you start as a checklist in your notebook. And this is going to be from Rodica Makadrai, your homework for the next 90 days. You don't need more than 90 days to learn all these skills. 90 days. This is as much as you need. In order to have new customers, you need to learn how to invite. That's meaning that you need to have a script, you need to know how to invite somebody, to have the tools. What are you going to use? Flyers, vouchers, invitations. Are you going to do it online in social media? What are the methods you use? Okay? And then make sure you invite them to something, whether it's a wellness evaluation, to try the healthy breakfast, skin, feed club, what challenge, what are you inviting them to? You need to learn within the plan you do with your sponsor where to invite. If you don't know how to invite, you need to learn. It's easy. Those of you who are shy, you can do, how do you call them? I miss the word in English. When you do like you are, you're doing like a poll outside, you know, you ask like a questionnaire, you know? So we are doing a survey. Oh, I lost this word in Indonesia. The word survey was lost on me in Indonesia. I couldn't remember it 2 days ago, and I couldn't remember. So I don't know what happens to survey. Actually, surveys are my favorite way of active contact. I feel smart when I'm doing surveys. Okay. Okay, doesn't matter which one you like. You learn. If you know only, and by the way, how to invite, very important, is how to invite the people from circle of influence. Very important. Many of you still have people in circle of influence who you haven't invited. And one of the best approaches are practice partners. Practice partners. Who knows about practice partners? Let me explain you. What does it mean? You call your friends and you say, I am now training to become a health coach. I want to start a business. And as an assignment, I need to perform, God bless, 40 wellness evaluations. I want to kindly ask you to be my practice partner. God bless. To be my practice partner. What do you need to do? Nothing special. You don't need to buy anything. We need to meet. I'm going to give you a measurements with a special machine, and I will make you the readings and do you the wellness evaluation, and even you can get some free recommendation from my coach. Will you be my practice partner? This is a very good approach for the circle of influence. And in the end of the day, you don't care because you need the numbers. You need to do, if you will talk to 10 people of your circle of influence, maybe not one, maybe 3 will become your customers. Some of them will not become your customers, but this is not important. You want to make sure that you spoke to the people from your circle of influence. So, how to invite, how to present. What are you using? Are you using a wellness evaluation, a product presentation? You need to be sure. No, you need to know your product presentation or your membership club presentation or whatever you do. Another thing very important is how to close the sale. A lot of distributors are doing presentations and they are just dying and not closing the sale. My first presentations went like that. I did a presentation to a lady, and then I had to say how much the product cost. I say, wait a minute, I need to explain you about vitamins and minerals. I started again the whole presentation, another 30 minutes, and then the lady asked me, okay, but how much this cost? And I thought I will die. And I said, I need to explain you about the calcium. I went back to explain about the calcium. And when the poor lady, she cooked the meal, cleaned the house, put the babies to sleep, I was still talking. And then she asked me again, okay, so how much it costs? And I say, I need to tell you about the magnesium. So that presentation went for 2.5 hours, and I couldn't tell her how much the product cost. And out of my first sales, what was to my best, I'm very good in sales now. I wasn't good in sales. One of my first customers was my best friend from university. We lived in the same room in the dorm for 4 years. And she saw me with the results and the energy and everything, and she asked me what are you doing? And I said, hey, I'm using these products, American products, but they are not good for yourself because they are too expensive. Perfect introduction. Now, lucky me, she looked at me and she said, you know what? All the 4 years in university, you were constantly borrowing money from me. If you can afford them, I can afford them. So she basically forced me to give her the products. This is real stories, real stories. And then they asked me to put the pin, and I was in the trolley, in a bus, in a public transport, and I forgot that I have the pin. When I went on the training, I put the pin. When I was getting out, I was taking the pin out, okay? And I forgot that I had the pin. And I'm staying in this bus, and suddenly I see a lady looking at me long. And then I'm looking like this, and I'm seeing the bus, and then I say, God, please, please, let her not ask me anything. Please, God, please, I don't want her to ask me anything. And of course, she looked at me and she said, okay, so how can I lose weight? I thought the earth will eat me. I thought I want to die. And I said, I'm in a hurry, I need to go out. And I went out at the next stop. So we are all starting from somewhere. We're all starting from somewhere. And the best retailers had their first day, and each of us had our own first presentation. But we can build the skills. Skills can be built. If you want to play the piano and I put you first time to play the piano, you will just hit the notes, but you will not know how to play. But in 1 year time, already your fingers are going to play the tunes. So this is very important because we can build the skills. Handling objections, guys. One thing is 1,000% sure. You are going to do contacts and people will tell you no. You are going to do presentations and people will tell you no. People will tell you, I need to ask my husband. Some husbands will even tell you, I need to ask my wife. This is always very entertaining for me when a man is saying, I need to ask my wife. And I look at him and I say, poor you. Okay? So I need to ask my wife, I need to ask my husband, I don't have time, I don't have money, not now. All of these are objections. There are actually 10, 15 objections, not more. But you need to know them by heart. So when you know how to handle objections, when you are not intimidated when somebody is telling to you no. No, I will not start. Not now or not never. Usually the money objections is the easiest objections to give. Then somebody is hiding his real objection. Yeah? So when somebody is saying you, I have no money, you can say, yeah, I understand. Finances are very important and we need to be mindful about the decisions. But if you would have all the money in the world and you could easily buy the products, is there something else which you are concerned about? You know, this is a good money handling objections. If you would have all the money, and they say, yeah, I actually heard that my neighbor, she gained weight. And the real objection is not the money. The real objection is that I'm afraid that I will gain weight. And oftentimes, we don't get the real objections. And the people give us the money objection because it's hard to fight with the money objection. What can you do to me? I don't have money. I want to buy your product, but I don't have money. What can you do? I cannot do anything to you. But my real objection is that I will not get results. I think it's going to be bad for my health. My friend didn't get a good result. And you know, so learn how to handle objections. About the time, you don't need time. It's actually saving you time for yourself and your family. And then you explain how, you know. All of these things are making a difference when you know how to handle objections. For repeated customers, how to make a result. This is very important. You need to know the follow-up. What to do with the customer first 2 weeks, what to do with the customer first month, what to do in the second, third, fourth month, how to help the customers to be long-time customers, what to do with the customer when he's stuck, the weight is not going down, how to recalculate his numbers. All of this you need to learn. How to personalize the program. If you don't explain to your customers about some other products, they don't know about it. One of the ways we do the personalization when the customer is signing up as a distributor, we do the shop tour. It's meaning that we open Herbalife, my Herbalife with the customer or with a new distributor, and we tell him now that you are having this ID number with the company, you have your own VIP shop which is open 24/7. Let me show you the departments in your shop. Now this is the department of weight loss. What do you have here? You have this and this and this, and when we briefly explain the product. And this is the department of sports and energy, and this is the department of beauty, you know, and this is the department of supplementation. And we show them where to click, we explain them, and later on, after 2 weeks or a month, we have a meeting with him and personalize his products. We first of all give him more protein and maybe some vitamins, whatever it is that he needs, but we need to learn how to personalize the program because this is increasing our sales. How to use PCX? You don't have PCX in Indonesia, but maybe you have loyalty programs, different type of loyalty programs. If you don't have loyalty programs, dear leaders, you can think about some loyalty programs for the customers. There is a lot of experience all over the world with the loyalty customer programs. They can accumulate some points or hearts or butterflies or whatever for referrals and stuff, become ambassadors. So there is many ways to do loyalty programs. Now, if you have new distributors, what is the skill set? How to invite to the HOM? As a whole team, you don't need to organize the HOM because you have your sponsors organizing the HOM. But you need to know how to invite to HOM. How to present a business opportunity if maybe there is not an HOM and you need very fast to make a business presentation. A napkin presentation is called, you know? You can make a business presentation in 10 minutes on the piece of paper. You need to learn that. This is a skill. So then you are at a party, at a wedding, and you suddenly have a business presentation. You can take a napkin and a pen and say, listen, this is an incredible business. You start here, and then you have these products at discounted prices for yourself and for the family. You get health, you lose weight. And when we teach you how to help the people in your circle of influence, and you can make full retail money, and maybe somebody of your friends would want to join you in the business, and you can have a business with your friend, and you will have another type of profit. And then you can, if you want more, you can have a career, you can build residual income, you can build royalties, you can build an income that is going to come to you even many years later. And it's incredible. Come to see an HOM. And you just draw some circles and squares on a napkin, tell your results, couple of results from your group, and you did a business presentation. You need to have this skill. You need to learn this skill. How to sign up. Somebody, you need to know how to sign up. How to handle objections. Again, I have no time. I need to ask my husband. The products are too expensive. The market is down. Do you know that the worse is the market, the better is for us? Because multi-level marketing is recession proof. This is one of the business models which work in recession. Also, yeah, that's well known. Also, when the economy is down, it's very attractive for people to have part-time income. You know? So we have an incredibly appealing business opportunity. Now, in order to build your supervisor, or you sign up somebody, you need to know how to start up a distributor. So a distributor signed up. How many of the distributors, when you sign them up, ask you, what do I have to do now? How many? Do the people ask you, what do I have to do now? Yes. Everybody who is normal in the head, after signing up, will have to get an answer, what do I do now? What are the first steps with the distributor, do you know? Because with each distributor, you do the same steps. And if he is having a distributor, he is doing the same steps. And this is called duplication. If you don't know what to do with the distributor, guess what, guys? You will not invite anybody to the HOM. And it's so easy. I will show you one of the plans. But if you know what to do with the distributors, you will invite a person and you will help him get a distributor. And the other one get a distributor, because the startup plan is clear for everybody. You need to know how to explain the marketing plan. You need to know how to explain to the person what does a supervisor level means, what does it mean to do a 35% order, 1,000 volume points order. You need to build first 10 customers. How do you build first 10 customers with a distributor? Easy. Now that you became a distributor, let's send 30 messages to your circle of influence. Thank you. 30 messages to your circle of influence about practice partners. And let's schedule 15 evaluations. You do 15 evaluations from the circle of influence, you are going to have 6, 7 customers. Next month, 2, 3 referrals, and in 50 days, you have 10 customers under a distributor. It's easy. But you need to go and do that. How to build first 5 distributors? You teach your distributors to invite everybody to the HOM. This is how you invite the people from the circle of influence to the HOM. This is what is happening after HOM. This is how you sign him up, and this is how you start him. Easy, guys, easy. It's just some steps to follow. How to build supervisor qualification. Let me explain you. Okay, so now we want to build 10 customers. Let's focus on the first 5. We did first 5. Okay, now it's time for a success builder order. Why? Because you have your 5 customers and plus your consumption. Okay, we do 500 order, you know, and we do the next customers. Okay, now it's time for your 1,000 order, because you already have 7 customers plus your consumption, and we are going to work in the next month. And out of your customer, 2 are distributors. Now it's time for their 500 volume points order. So 500 plus 500 plus 1,000, 2,000, plus another 1,000, 3,000, plus 2, 500 under you, 4,000 volume points. 3 months, you are a supervisor. And you have 2 distributors, 2 success builders, you have 12 customers. Easy. But of course, you need to have the focus and to do the work. and to know how to do a presentation, and to know how to handle objections, and to know how to start a distributor. Do you see how everything ties together? Are you still serious? Thank you. So first stage in the evolution is building a entrepreneur mentality. Second stage is becoming the master of your trade. Yes? And I gave you the skill set. Dear leaders, president team, millionaire team, next 3 months, you need to check everybody in your organization. Everybody who was in this training, they need to report on their skill set. They need to report. From 20 skill set, I learned 0. Way to go. Or I learned 12. Perfect. We have 8 more. Let's go. Let's plan, you know? And number 3 is building a royalty check. When you have the right mentality and you became a master of your trade, there is only natural that you want to build a royalty check. If you don't build a supervisor team, you just don't understand what is this business about. It's not, of course, only about recruiting. It's about recruiting people who will have customers, supervisors who will be productive. But if you don't understand that actually the idea of the royalties is for you a chance to have a different life, then you just don't study your business well. And this is a pity. If you have a profession and you don't know about it, if you are an engineer and you don't understand engineering, what type of engineer you are? You know, if you're a Herbalife distributor and you don't understand royalties, you are not a Herbalife distributor. Because the royalties are open for everybody. Guys, from a tiny little island, tiny little grandmother with only 3 classes of education can build a royalty check that will make her rich and free. I don't say it's going to be easy. I don't say it's going to be happening overnight. But the opportunity is there. And if there is any tiny little grandmother from a tiny little island, I'm here to tell you, you can do it, but you need to understand it. You need to understand that the opportunity to have royalties is your ticket for an independent future. And not everybody has it. Not everybody has it. The employees of Herbalife, which I respect to the tooth, every one of them, they don't have this opportunity in what they do. Even the CEO of the company. But we have. And we need to take it with both hands. And until you understand the power of the royalties and act upon it, you are actually not a complete Herbalife professional. So the royalties is understanding how you can capitalize your time. And you can do it no matter your level today. Okay. I'm going to back. Okay. Good? Okay. Here it is. Okay. And what is very important in royalties? Royalties act as a social lift. There are not many social lifts in societies, meaning that in most of the societies, you are meant to die where you were born. You were born poor, you're meant to die poor. It's not easy to go from poor to rich. When there is a way to go from poor to rich, this is called the social lift. Now, one of the social lifts is education. But oftentimes when you are poor, you don't have access to education, yes or not? Because education is expensive. Yeah, okay. So not for everybody is available education as a social lift. Another social lift can be the talent. You are an incredible musician, incredible, sculptor, artist, something. You have an incredible voice, you know, and you become an opera singer, and this is a social lift. But what to do if you are born poor, you don't have access to education, and you sing like a old door? What to do? That's really, really a sad situation, especially the voice. But royalties are one of the social lifts. And they're available for you for no education, no money, and without special talent. But you need to work and you need to be willing to learn and to acquire the right skill set. And that skill set is available for everybody. And even if you are deaf and you cannot talk, there is a sign language and you can do this business. Even if you are deaf and you cannot talk, you can do this business. So wherever your attention goes, the energy flows. This is why the focus is extremely important. Are you going to be focused in the next 6 months of growing your skill set? Are you going to be focused on your commitment? Are you going to be focused on your responsibility, your ability to respond? Are you going to be focused on bringing back Indonesia to where it was? This is extremely important, guys. So this is why we spoke already about the business and the business pitch and the presentation. I want to bring you back to building an organization. You need to have an intention to build an organization, but not just empty, but because you have the opportunity to pass these possibilities to other people. Whatever you got as opportunity, you can pass it to other people. So, as I said, you need to understand the power of the royalties and building an organization. You need to expose people to the opportunity. What does it mean to expose to the opportunity? Meaning invite them to an HOM. Expose to opportunity is a fancy way to say invite people to the HOM. Okay? Business presentation and how to start up the distributor. I go one more time through that because this is important for duplication and growth of the country. But this is, of course, going to be the task for your leaders, because for every flow, you need to develop a separate presentation, a separate HOM, to have the right stories, to use the right language, to use different formats, you know. And if you have a very strong skill set in taking care of customers, you are prepared to build a big organization, because you are prepared to teach a lot of distributors and supervisors how to take care of big groups of customers. Okay, now we talk about the right startup plan. This is the startup plan which we use for years. Right now we work with the BBC model, which is the Nutrition Club model from United Kingdom. And this is very funny because first Claire learned the model from us, and then she perfected the model, and now we are taking the model, our model, which was made much better, and take it back to the country. But one of the main steps, no matter the DMO, no matter the flow, so this 6-step plan is perfectly fitting even with the BBC model, although we are now working with another checklist. Is number 1, use the product. Those of you who have distributors who come from the customers, from the club members, this is already done. They are using the product, they are loving the product, they understand the work. Number 2, to connect to the training system. We need to make sure we explain to the distributor, now that you start this new business, you are not an entrepreneur, you don't have experience, and even if you are an entrepreneur, you were selling maybe nasi goreng, but now you need to sell Herbalife Formula 1 shakes, you need to learn, you need to train. Number 3, 72 hours rule. In the first 3 days, make sure you schedule at least 5 wellness evaluations in the circle of influence with the practice partner approach. Go into a strong activation. What is a strong activation of a distributor? In the day when you sign him up, you send 20 messages of practice partners to his circle of influence. This is a powerful activation. Not in 1 week, in the day when you sign him up. You WhatsApp him the message, he is just putting the name of the friend and sending out 20 messages. This is a strong activation. You can invite people to the grand opening party live online. We invite them to sample parties where we explain about the products, explain about the business. So again, circle of influence, circle of influence. Before sending somebody to work in the cold market, we need to make sure we do circle of influence. And even if the person is not from our city, we do the practice partners wellness evaluation online. We do the party online. We work with the circle of influence, even long distance. You can help the person have first 5 long distance customers and do all the follow-up online. For us, it's because we work with the marathon boat and clubs. You need to become a marathon captain, meaning you need to have 2 teams by 8 people. This is the first goal. And that will bring you to the supervisor qualification, or you need to become a club trainee. And then you need to complete the supervisor qualification. 6-step plan. Now, when I'm meeting to a distributor, and I'm telling you, this is what we need to do. Now, leaders, you need to put a checklist for every point, yeah? A checklist for every point. This is what you do, this is what you say, this is where you go, and stuff like that. Okay. Now I'm closing right now. Are you okay? Who has more clarity? Okay. Who has some ideas to implement already? Okay, perfect. A lot of people ask me, okay, how you can find the right person? You cannot find the right person. You don't know. When you look at the person, you don't know who you're talking with. Because the right person is tested through the test of time. But you need to put enough people in a good flow and then watch who is who. If you have one person, chances you will never find the right person. But if you have 100%, and they're all doing the same flow, you can see how they behave, you can see how they learn, you can see how teachable they are, and then you can find your next active person. Do not prejudge, do not attach. Sometimes we look at the person, this is so funny. Somebody, the new supervisor, oh, I am having a new distributor, he's the next president team. He surely is the next president team. The next president team didn't even started to use the products and didn't come to the next training. Okay. So do not attach, and do not prejudge. Oh, this lady, she doesn't have education, she's too old. She most probably will not be successful. Oh my God, that old lady without education can have so much grit, can have so much personality that she can beat 15 young boys. Don't prejudge. Give everybody the right opportunity. I see an old lady clapping. Yes, yes, I'm talking about you. Let the people select themselves through commitment. Because when I'm hearing somebody telling me, oh, I don't know, I don't have time, every time she's free after 4 o'clock in the evening, I am not really sure, I have other priorities. I understand that this is just not the right person, and I'm ready to let her go because I talk to more people. Always focus on the first line. This is the message for the leaders and those who want to build big royalties, because strong first line is a ticket to independence. Holy Trinity syndrome is not very clear here. I don't know if they translate it. Yeah, Holy Trinity, because in our religion, we say the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and we pray for this Trinity, and sometimes we have only one distributor, and this distributor for us is the customer, the volume producer, and the president team. And we are managing to death this person. A long time ago, he said, I don't want to do this business in Herbalife. And you shall not, you can, you need, you do. Because you have only one. But if you have 100, you have no time to convince anybody. Now, in the end, I would like to finish on this note. We started yesterday my training with the mindset, and we've devoted a full section to the mindset, to the right reference point, because in our business, 80% is on the attitude side. And when we talk about attitude, we talk about goals and vision, commitment, consistency, and intensity, passion. This is all about attitude, all about emotion, all about the invisible. And 20% techniques, which is different methods of operation. You need to understand why are you in this business first. What do you want to achieve? You need to understand what do you have in hand, and we are going to talk in the last session today about what is the future we are looking for, you know? You need to understand what is the wealth of the opportunity. You need to commit to your life. You know, a lot of people telling me, a lot of times people say, oh, I cannot commit for Herbalife. But you don't need to commit for Herbalife. You need to commit to your life. You need to commit to your life. And when you are committed to your life, that's meaning that you want to live in abundance, that you want to grow, that you want to learn, that you want to become bigger in yourself, to expand, to help more people, to contribute, to make a better community. When you are committed to your life, everything helps you. So this is why in the economy of the overall results in Herbalife, 80% is attitude and only 20% techniques. And 20% techniques is very important. But the combination between these two is building miracles. So what I want to wish you in closing, darling, Indonesian leaders, is may God give you vision and understanding and opening to have clarity, to have the right commitment, to really love this life and want to live it at the highest level. Thank you very much.
Ritmul dobândă și o paranteză și oricât ne-ar fi de greu, când picior de plai mă găsești mereu. Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată.
Oke, luar biasa atau luar biasa. Biasa, thank you.
Thank you, our Chairman's Club of DK, Rodica Makarai. Yeah, this is a very important message. What I learned together with you is commitment, clarity, and focus in your actions. Okay, most importantly, the takeaway is 80% attitude and 20% skills, the techniques. This is very important to build yourself, your organization, your team. So now the first session already over. We shall take a break of 10 minutes time. See you later.
Walking through the city glow, feel the rhythm start to flow. Neon lights and midnight air, every moment we both share. Heartbeat racing with the sound, lost in music all around. Hand in hand, no need to hide on this endless summer ride. Close your eyes, just let it be. Feel the magic setting free. No more questions, no more fight. We're alive inside the night. Starlight journey, take me high. Dancing under velvet sky. lights across the rain. Every heartbeat feels the same. Drifting close but miles apart. You still live inside my heart. Through the dark I hear your sound. Echoes pulling me back down. Every step the night will show where the broken rivers flow. Falling slow into your eyes, where the silence never lies. Through the night I lose control. In your love I'm falling slow. Empty streets and fading glow. We're just sparks the wind will blow. Still I chase your shadows, hue. Every color turns to you. Falling slow into your eyes, where the silence never lies. Through the night I lose control. In your love I'm falling slow. Hold me close, don't let me fade. All our dreams a night has made. Time dissolves, the stars align. You were never truly mine. Falling slow till the morning
I call you, I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wild. You come to me, give me everything I need. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone I've ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart.
Hey, we got the best company in the world. We are the ones. We got the product. We got the leadership. We are the most unbelievable people. We're simply the best.
Welcome back. Now comes to our last topic of the day, of these 2 days. Now, this topic is design your future, growth, impact, and purpose with Herbalife. Let's watch together live from Indonesia.
Chairman's Club member 40K Rodica
viteză îi pun două puncte și o
Macadra.
paranteză Și oricât ne-ar fi de greu Când picior de plai mă găsești mereu Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată Asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia Din toată inima pentru România Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată Asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia Din toată inima pentru România Din toată inima pentru România Aici rămân chiar dacă nu-i ușor Căci plai cum mi-a dat aripi ca să pot să zbor Deasupra tuturor Francezii poate că ar trebui Să învețe că nu se pronunță brâncusi Regret, dar se la vie Viața trece în viteză Îi pun două puncte și o paranteză Și oricât mi-ar fi de greu Când picior de plai mă găsești mereu Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată Asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia Din toată inima pentru România Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată Asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia Din toată inima pentru România Pentru România Îmi cere inima să mai spun o dată Asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia Din toată inima pentru România Îmi cere inima să o mai spun o dată Asta e țara mea, jur că-i minunată Cei care simt la fel să înceapă nebunia Din toată inima pentru România Îmi cere inima
Hello guys, how are you? How do you like my dress? This is an Indonesian designer. This is why I have it today. Beautiful. This is from Biasa company. Do you know Biasa? The designer. It's very expensive, by the way. But absolutely beautiful. Yes, beautiful. I bought so many things from Biasa. Good that I have a good check last month, yeah? Okay, guys, so I decided for the closing session to honor your country, to honor your culture, and wear something local, which I like very much. And I'm taking this back home with me. It's like the color of the sun and the great memories of your warmth and beautiful, beautiful receiving. Okay. So I will finish with something which is extremely important and working a little bit more on the vision. Because if you remember yesterday, I said that the most important is the vision. Because if you are blind in the dark, you really don't know where to go. But when you have a vision for the future, you have clarity, you have energy, you have intention, you can have focus. And one of the biggest things we need to cultivate as leaders and as entrepreneurs is the vision. This is why if you start studying business and success, you always hear about masterminds. You always hear about future conferences for the future of the business, for the technology, for the development, for the way, because everyone who is in a business, they need to have a vision. They need to understand where they go. They need to understand what the trends are. So then they move with much more clarity and of course, much stronger. So looking into the future of Herbalife, let's see how Herbalife is a company connected to the future. And you know, that's very interesting that I'm in this company for 30 years, and somehow, we are 45 years on the market already, somehow each time we manage to reinvent ourselves. And there are moments when we are maybe not in the best of our game as a company. There are moments when maybe our technology is not working good enough, or there are moments where we may be a little bit late for some trends, but somehow, in the end, for the incredible power of this leadership and the leadership, global leadership of Herbalife, both corporate and distributors, we manage to, land on our feet and find our course again. And right now you need to understand that this company is a future-oriented company because of an incredible leadership. We have visionary guidance driving our company into new opportunities and markets. What is absolutely unique in Herbalife is the fact that we have today Stefan Graziani as the CEO, a former distributor, and not any distributor, a founder circle. Number 2 in the company, and you know why he was number 2? Just because he didn't have enough time to become number 1. He became the CEO, but I'm absolutely sure that he would have become number 1 distributor in the world. That's meaning over 30 years of experience, true leadership skills, understanding the market, understanding the future, understanding the leadership, plus understanding the management of the company and an incredible management team by its side. Because Herbalife is a huge ship. On this ship, each of us have our cabin and we have our journey to success. But what type of ship we have and who's the captain and the crew, it's extremely important. And the captain and the crew in Herbalife is Stefan Graziani, the management team and the Chairman's Club Founder Circle team globally, and then the local S&Ps. Everywhere is expertise, everywhere is experience, and everywhere is desire to succeed. The second thing is management. I already said about within the company, there is a strategic operational excellence. And you need to understand, I can even not start to convey you the level of complexity in this company. You need to understand one thing, for example, that if you want to produce a can of Formula One, you need the soy protein. But you don't need the soy protein, you need the isolate. You don't need the isolate. You need it for millions and millions and millions and millions of cans every year. Yes? How can you calculate how much, when to buy, how to distribute in all the production factories of Herbalife? There is a level of complexity to producing the products that it's hard even to grasp if somebody explains you. But in order for us to have, because we have between 98 and 100% fulfillment rate on the product orders. Not that from time to time we have back orders on some products, it's okay, it can happen. But our average numbers is between 98 and 100% fulfillment of the orders. And that requires an incredible management of the company. So 95 markets will not experience delays, will not experience serious shortages of the products. This is absolutely incredible. And I told you, yes, we can applaud for that. We definitely can applaud for that. So with this leadership and with this management, you need to be sure about one thing, always. The products are going to be in the warehouse. They are going to be best in class with all the quality controls and everything. The checks are going to be on time. The legal exposure is going to be protected. We will respect the laws of the countries. We will organize good operations in our company. And this is helping us actually focus on only one thing, finding customers and distributors. I have a friend of mine who produces organic vegetables. I buy from him the vegetables which I use. Now he has to produce. He has to take care. He has to find the market where to distribute them. There is so many things he has to go apart from just selling, guys. And we can focus only on one thing, to sell. We don't care about the science. We don't care about the ingredients. We don't care about the production. We don't care about the formulas. We don't care about registration of the product on the marketplace. We don't care about anything because Herbalife has a legal team which is taking care of all the laws which are in 95 countries. And in some countries, one single position has maybe 30 different laws in 30 different countries. You understand? And our company is figuring it out. But now as a board member, I can tell you that they not only know the current legislation, they know that in 3 years' time is going to be this type of legal, They know that in 3 years' time, this type of law is going to come in place in Indonesia or in Asia or in Europe or in United States. And they already today prepare for what is going to happen in 3 years' time. So everything is ready. If you think about Europe, Europe is the craziest market from the standpoint of protection of customer protection, of consumer protection. The legislation in Europe is brutal. It's brutal about the supplements, about the products, about the claims you can make, about everything. These guys know not only every law which is now in place, but what is going to happen in 6 months, 3 years, 5 years from now. And every time new legislation piece came in place in Europe, we were already prepared. The labels have been changed. The claims have been adjusted. Everything is taken care of. And it's happening in every single country. This is incredible support. Technology and digitalization. We have been a little bit behind with the technology updates. But you know, I have been in Herbalife for long enough years to know that from time to time we have been behind on different subjects. But I've seen it through the whole process of modernizing and adapting and becoming again the world-class mastery in our company. So the technology is getting better. The digitalization, the requirement of protocol company, the new apps that are coming to help us serve the company, the usage of artificial intelligence in the tools we are going to work with our customers. Now think about you. You are maybe somebody who is old enough to not understand the digital, you know, it's too complicated for you. You barely operate a phone, and you will be given an app which is going to be top in class on a global level, and it will cost you zero. Zero. You will just subscribe and will start using. And in your community, in your club, on your island, you are going to bring world-class technology to communities that maybe, I don't know, even internet have with problem, you know, or don't have enough technology at all. This is what is going to happen in the nearest future, guys. It's already happening, and these days at Extravaganza in United States, they already are launching the protocol app. And we have the next 1.5 years to roll it out all over the world. So watch it becoming more and more real. Industry. Guys, we have leading position in wellness and nutrition sector with proven market expertise. There is a lot of companies, or multi-level companies, that are going out of business right now. And this is one of the things that market is actually observing. But I will tell you why these companies are going out of business. Because in our industry, a lot of companies are not ready to adapt to the consumer-centric models. They're still only about recruiting, qualifying, buying products. They operate on those models, but the market does not respond to that anymore. And this is the message also for the leaders. The market does not respond. It's going to be impossible to compete on the market if we will not have consumer-centric models. And we have consumer-centric models. Nutrition clubs, customer models centered on the customers. Challenges, models centered on the customers. Feed clubs, model centered on the customers. And we need to keep developing. This is why we need to develop skills, become better and better and better in follow-up, helping people more and more get better results, use better products. So we need to be the cutting edge. We need to be the leaders of this movement, because the company is going to provide. In the industry, we are positioning ourselves as a top. And that was an interesting conversation I had with Stefan last year. Because Herbalife was always a little bit outside network marketing industry. You know, we are big enough to take care of ourselves, and we are strong as a company. And Stefan, 1 year or 1.5 years ago, he went to a meeting with all the CEOs from different multi-level companies in the United States, you know. It was like 300 companies or something from all over United States, or 200, I don't remember exactly the number. And they all know each other. When the guys said that they are from Herbalife, the whole room stand up and gave standing ovations to our leaders. Because the way we operate as a company, customers, our standards, our reputation within multi-level marketing, our operational standards are so high. The respect of the industry for us for fighting FTC battle, fighting Ackman, was so big that everybody wanted to know, how do you do it? How did you do it? How can you resist? How can you battle? How can you exit victorious from all of that? Why? Because this is our legacy, and this is how we operate. So when we talk about the products, and you know, a lot of time you can hear the story about the competition. And what is very interesting right now, you can see a lot of products. Do you see a lot of products coming, yes? For example, in Europe, you cannot make 95% of the claims you see in other countries around the world, you cannot do in Europe. The law does not permit. There is very restrictive. The law is very restrictive. But now, because of the Instagram, there is big industry flourishing, which is called white labeling a product. That's meaning that there are companies that sell products with no name. And you go there and you say, okay, I want my name on this product. And then what you build the marketing campaign. Where do you build the marketing campaign from? From your belly. What do you say? Whatever you want. Who is checking you? Nobody. Because you sell on the internet. You do a powerful marketing campaign. You pay advertising for 6 months. You sell 5 millions worth of this product and you disappear. By the time they're coming after you because your product is a lie, you are not on the market anymore. So then you go and you do this with another product. You understand? It's so much about marketing and it's really a dirty, dirty play. So how would I argue? Do you remember handling objections? How do I handle an objection? Oh, but this company has this product and it's better than Herbalife and it has better claims and it's resurrecting you from dead if you take that product, you know. And they do the most obscene claims possible. I always say, talk to me in 6 months. Talk to me in 3 years. If 3 years from now, this product is still on the market, I'm ready to discuss with you. Until that time, you have no idea what you're talking about. But if I talk about Herbalife products, let me tell you that it takes only a minimum 2 years for a product to be developed and to go through all the stabilizing tests. And when they are checking the product, they are checking the products in all the climate types that exist on Earth. So if they make a Formula One, and you need to know, guys, this is your trade. This is your company, you need to know these facts. Do you know that when they make a new formula of shake, just the new flavor, they put it through stability trial. What is stability trial? After 90 days, this product is sitting, and when they open the can and they test all the ingredients need to test the same levels, smell, taste, the consistency. And if something is not working after 90 days, guess what? They reformulate and put it again for 90 days. But then they put it in the chamber, which is tropical climate. And then they put it in the chamber, which is continental climate. Then they put it in the chamber where is cold climate. And there is 5 different chambers, stability testing chambers, where they put all the products through, and until the products go in all the types of the stability testing, the product is not out on the marketplace. Why? Why they do that? Because they want to know that if a distributor is buying the Formula One from Herbalife and forgetting it in the car for 2 days at 40 degrees, the product is still good. This is the level of technology and testing we are talking about. So when somebody telling you that some company who nobody know about it, oh, but it's an Instagram, so what? Everybody is in Instagram, including the criminals, including the stupid people, including the liars, including the con people, the people who are not honest. Everybody is in Instagram. You tell me somebody's Instagram, like this is really the proof that this is a serious person or a serious company. No, I can create a company. You know what they did? There is a guy in London, and after the pandemics, he created a restaurant in London, which didn't existed. It didn't exist, the restaurant. He created the page. He created the website for the restaurant, and then he started to play with the customer reviews. He played with the fake customer reviews to a point that this restaurant became #1 on TripAdvisor list, and it didn't even existed. It didn't even existed. He proved how big fake the social media can be. So when somebody is telling him that they have a good product, you tell them, number one, talk to you in 3 years. But I want to tell you that this product have been through 2 years of stability testing, science, the best doctors working on them, but the best ingredients, you can trust 100%. What is written on the label, you're getting into your body. Which flavor do you prefer? You understand? So you need to have this pride and you need to have this understanding of what we do. Another thing which is important, guys, the trends in wellness are increasing. Even in Indonesia, even in the poorest and most remote countries and islands and cities and villages, the trend is coming. And Herbalife is incredibly well positioned from this standpoint, but also from the business opportunity. You know, so oftentimes I hear this from people who are not in focus and who are not doing the job. Herbalife business opportunity is not good anymore. Is not as good for the people that it used to be before. It's not good for the new generation. And I ask, why? What happened to the new generation? In new generation, everybody's rich. Everybody has a business successful one. Everybody from the new generation have 20,000 euro dollars or 10,000 dollars or even $5,000 to go and open a business. New generation, how many of you and your friends have spare $5,000 minimum? I mean, what? To buy a cart to sell nasi goreng, to sell street food, $5,000 to open a business? No. The new generation is even worse. Quality of education is worse. The number of population is growing. The number of opportunities is reducing because people are replaced by robots and artificial intelligence. The number of people who are without a work is increasing, and the chances for somebody to have a business is smaller and smaller. But if you are 20 years of age, you don't have money to start a business, but you come to a nutrition club and you learn your trade and you take care of 50 customers or 100 customers, you know, every day working hard, talking to people, doing the presentations, delivering the services, helping distributors to start their own businesses. And in 1 year, you can duplicate your own club, which your own club is going to bring you $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 profit a month. And then you can duplicate another club. And by the age of 22 or 23, without any money, without any experience, without any education, you can end up having the key to a network of personal clubs. How do you feel about that? You can have an international business everywhere on this planet through the online methods. This is what is our opportunity today, guys. This is what is our opportunity today. Some people can tell you there are other ways to make money. For example, to be a Grab driver, a bike driver, a Grab driver. Yeah, that one is much better. And it's so comfortable. And it's so great. And it's growing you. And it's developing you. And it's educating. And it's making you rich. Driving people on the bike all day long makes you rich. Does it make you rich or not? Not. It's a hard work in the heat, in the gas and pollution. Yes, you make literally nothing, and you are thinking that that is easy money. That is very hard money. So there was never a better time for our opportunity, because millions of people want more health, and millions of young people in the new generation need opportunity. And we provide an incredible opportunity to everybody. Are you still with me? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit of the future of the multi-level marketing industry. We need to understand the future of the multi-level marketing industry needs to be customer-centric, needs to have business models which start with customer first and have customers at the heart, at the core of the model. Second, the models which will build community will be more successful. And we are doing this, guys. We are building community long before they started to talk about it. Number three, the models which are going to have technology and digital support are going to be more successful. We have the technology, we are going to have better technology and better technology. And the business opportunity should refer on these three previous things. And we are aligned, guys, 100%. We are aligned 100%. This is just for those of you who are thinking about the future, and especially for those of you who are thinking, oh, Herbalife is not working the way it used to work. I will answer that. Herbalife is working perfectly. You are not working the way you used to work. You are not working the way you used to work. Because trust me, guys, if you talk not to 15, not to 10, but to 5 people a day, every single day, the Herbalife is going to be like a rocket for you, today and 20 years later. Let's look a little bit at the network marketing. Network marketing needs to evolve. Network marketing needs to go away from being focused exclusively on recruiting. Network marketing needs to go and focus on customers. And I want to make this clear because I spoke about this with the president team. There is a confusion in your minds. When we say that Herbalife needs to be based, your way of work needs to be based on happy customers, you hear, I need to do only retail. And this is wrong. You don't need to do only retail. You need to do a lot of recruiting. But why do you recruit distributors? You don't recruit distributors to recruit distributors. You recruit distributors to have more customers with them. If by yourself you can have 20 customers, with 10 distributors, you can have 220 customers. This is meaning customer-centric, not recruiting, but making sure that every business has customers and every distributor is a business. Now, network marketing, why is so good? Because it doesn't require capital to begin. Thank you very much. Anyone can start without large financial risk. And I'm telling you, if you are just putting your nose outside the Herbalife Bible, you will see how expensive it is to open a business. How expensive it is to open the cheapest business. This is why most of people don't have businesses, because they don't have the start capital. They don't have the knowledge, they don't have the experience, and they don't have an opportunity. Number two, no experience required, which is extremely important because we have hands-on training inside the house, in-house. Or even more, sometimes you can come with another experience which is not useful for you here. We are actually professionally recycling you completely. And if you don't have any skills, you build. If you have some skills, you adapt them to what we need here. Leverage and residual income. You can build the team and earn money from this. You can earn money because you help other people have a business. You know, a lot of time we hear this objection, oh, multi-level marketing is when you make business on other people, no, make money on other people. No, I make money because I help other people make money. If your supervisors produces zero, how much money you make on this? Null, zero, nothing. So you can make money only if the person is making money. You understand? So you can leverage helping others, and also residual income helps you to make money even when you sleep. Not, you don't make money by sleeping, yes? No, but for example, when I'm sleeping in Bali, my team is working in Romania, and I make money. Although I'm not at home already for a month. Flexible work hours. We have been talking about part-time, full-time, fake full-time, yes? But in the same time, it's very, very right that you can have flexible schedule. Now, sometimes people say, oh, but Nutrition Club does not offer you a flexible schedule. Of course it has. It's the most flexible business model, because from 7 till 11, you've done all your job, and you have all the rest of the day free and just to talk to people to have new customers. But from 7 till 11 or from 6 till 10, you did your sales, you did your follow-up, you personalized the programs, you made your evaluations. In 4 hours, you did absolutely everything. And then in the next part of the day, you can schedule cooking, cleaning, going with the children, prospecting, prospecting, prospecting. It's a very, very flexible way. But what is not working if you don't organize yourself? If you don't organize yourself, you can have full day free and you will accomplish nothing. So we need to organize ourselves, of course. Personal growth and support, we have been talking a lot about that. We encourage leadership, communication, mindset development. How many of you, after this training, not only me, but throughout this event, feel that your mindset shifted? Because this is what the trainings are doing. The trainings are developing our mindset, are shifting our mindset. They have solid earning potential. There is not cap on your income. I make a lot of money, but I can still make much more. And there are people who make much more money than I do in this company. You understand? So there is not limit. We didn't achieve a point when there is a limit. You cannot earn more than that money. No, the distributor number one next year is going to have a bigger business, will earn more money. You understand? So there is no limit for that. And also, you choose your goals. Nobody tells you here, if you are not a president team, we are going to throw you away. No. You want to take care of 5 customers. Okay, that's your goal. Of course, if you want to take care of five customers, you cannot expect to make $10,000 a month. Yes, you cannot expect that. But you choose your pace, you choose your goals, and you choose how much you want to devote. Global expansion opportunities, this is just not even to talk about, because through social media you can really truly build an international business. You can tap into Indonesian communities in all the countries in the world. You can have them on your challenges, in your marathon bot. You can build a global business speaking the same language. You don't even need English, because if you reach out to the Indonesian community, you have a language to communicate. A system anyone can duplicate, because when you are following the flow which your sponsors are designing for you, what you are doing, you are just duplicating a success formula. So this is why multi-level marketing is so attractive. And this is why it's called the best kept secret to freedom and success. Because if everybody would understand, there is so many people who say, oh, multi-level marketing, this is not serious, just because they don't understand. And you know, we are the one who are influencing the opinions. 10 years ago, I moved to a new city, new community, you know? And because by that time we were very financially affluent, well, of course we have landed in the richest in the richest community of the city, yeah? So we were staying in the best, we had the house in the best area of the city. All the most successful business people and the famous people were around us, but it was a new city, so I had to get accustomed with everybody. And what it was interesting to see when I was saying that I'm a Herbalife distributor and I'm working in multi-level marketing, people looking funny at me, you know? And then that was so interesting because I educated a full community about multi-level marketing. I explain them what we are doing. And today, I have many situations that my neighbors and friends travel to different countries and they send me messages. I just meet a Herbalife distributor in this country. I told them that I am friends with the Queen of Herbalife of Romania. And they send me pictures and they're so proud to know me, you know? And then it was so funny because I went for a lunch with one of my friends, and at that lunch, I got to know another lady, which was her friend, but we didn't know each other. Dragica. She's a Serbian. She's from Serbia, married to a Romanian. And when she met me, she said, "You are Rodica Macadrai." I say, "Yes." "Oh my God, I need to take a picture of you because I have these cousins in Serbia and they heard that Fabiola, my friend, is using Herbalife products and she knows you. And they told me that this is the craziest thing. Who are you? What are you doing? They killed my brain that I need to know you." Why I am telling you this? Not because I'm an extraordinary person. Each of you can do that. We can educate the marketplace through our example, through our behavior, because we explain to people what multi-level marketing it is. And they see our passion, they understand that. But also another funny story, so you will not be so serious. So, listen. Being in a position of leadership is not only privileges. There is a lot of privileges being in a position of leadership. You know, you're recognized, they drive you with expensive cars, fly you business class and first class. You have all these recognition and gifts and stuff. But also, for me, being a leadership situation, it's a big responsibility. Because when people know who you are, they really don't look at how you behave only at the training on the stage. They're constantly looking at how you behave. For example, I am an exemplary driver. I didn't have a fine in years. I didn't have a fine in years. Why? Because people know my car. In my city, there are a lot of Herbalife distributors. If I'm driving and I'm doing something wrong, my distributors see that. I cannot go to, of course, in your culture, this is not the case. But for example, in Romania, there are clubs, nightclubs, you know. People go there and get drunk. I don't drink alcohol, okay? So for me, it's not the case. But even if I drink, I cannot go in a club and get drunk, you understand? Because I'm representing the company, so this is limiting. There is advantages, but there are also responsibilities. So one time we are traveling to vacation with 2 cars with my parents, my children, Sergio, all together. And I told you that I never buy to my children Coca-Cola, you know? I don't buy. This is my principle. My daughter is 27. We went with her to a restaurant and I wanted to order a Coca-Cola. Sorry, no. Now don't think I'm crazy, but I'm trying to make a thing of that. I went to a retreat for a full week with my daughter. She's 27 years of age, yes? She can do whatever she wants, yeah? I cannot tell her when she's 27, you are not supposed to drink Coca-Cola. She was ordering Coca-Cola. But do you know what I did? Do you know how crazy I am? I calculated for the days how much the Coca-Cola was costing, and I made her pay for Coca-Cola. which was like, I don't know, $10. But I made her pay. I say, I am not paying for that. You order that, it's on your expense. Mama, you're just not normal. I say, this is not the first time you find out that. Okay, so back to the story. We are stopping at the gas station. And we started our journey like at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was around 10, 11. Everybody wanted to drink something. Of course, I always have with myself aloe and tea and everything. We are going to the gas station in Serbia, which is another country than Romania. And one of my daughters is going and taking a Coca-Cola. My mother goes and she buys a pretzel straight away, pretzel. I have shakes, I have bars, I have aloe, I have tea, I have everything because I have a box with everything. And I'm bringing that box to put on the table, and my mother is buying a pretzel, and my daughter is coming with Coca-Cola. I'm telling, are you out of your mind and crazy? If you want to eat a pretzel or drink a Coca-Cola, why don't you do it at home? Why would you do it in public? And they say, my daughter tells to me, and my mother also, they were very angry, you are a paranoid. We are in Serbia. Who knows you? I say, I don't know who knows me, but on principles, anything can happen. Now, imagine yourself, this is the gas station. Here is the table, a big table, so like there was 7 or 8 of us sitting. I didn't allow her to take Coca-Cola, she had to bring it back. My mother already paid for the pretzel. And here is the door. And I was so pissed, I said, I went to the bathroom. Here is going to the bathroom, and where is the table is a big window. So I'm going to the bathroom, I'm returning back, thinking about some of my things, and suddenly I see a table, 2 people, 1 aloe can, 1 shake, 1 tea, 2 shakers. And I don't understand what is happening. And then they look up and they say, you are Rodica Macadrai from Romania. My family is watching this over the window. My mother is taking the pretzel and putting it here. My daughters are making cross sign. Now these guys jumped. Oh, we have been at your training in Switzerland. Can we make a picture of you? They're making pictures, everything. And I am looking through the window if they took away the pretzel or whatever. And then they said, this is absolutely impossible. I said, when you are a leader, you are a 24 hours leader. Not only when you want, but even in your free time. And they're telling this story everywhere. She says, she's not paranoid. This is really happening. And then a couple of years later, we had another story because we had a big family reunion in Moldova, and I rented a minivan, so we will not go with more cars, and we will have a driver, and everybody would be comfortable. And then we had a tire problem with a minivan, you know, and we had to we had to stop on the road, but it was the driver who was supposed to take care of it. And we were sitting in the van, it was hot outside, we couldn't go outside. And he's opening the back of the van. And of course I have 100 bags with Herbalife on it, yes? Herbalife here, Herbalife here, Herbalife here. And then another car is stopping because we stopped just on the middle of the road somewhere, you know? No city, nothing. So another car is stopping to ask if the guy needs help, you know, because that's okay to, when you see that somebody has a problem, to ask, do you need any help? And the driver is opening, and he's seeing the Herbalife there. He says, Herbalife? Is Rodica Macadrai here? I'm not joking, I swear to God. So we are all in the car, in the van, you know, van, like for 8 people. We are all in the van, with the back to the guy. The guy is looking at the Herbalife and asking if Rodica Macadra is here. My older daughter said, this is just not possible. This is not happening, you know? So yeah, so sometimes this is happening. So for us, it's very important to understand that we are the promoters of the Herbalife company through our behavior, through the way, yes, thank you. Real stories, real stories. And of course, I had to get out to make pictures. He was a husband of one of my wall teams. You know, he made a video call with, well, hi, I'm at Herbalife, I'm at Rodica. He gave us the wheel. He called the ambulance for the cars. He helped us in so many ways. But this is real stories. Okay, so number one, as a company, we are aligned. Number two, as an industry, we are extremely, extremely aligned. And number three, we provide for people the solution to long life happiness. And I'm going to prove you this. You know, a lot of us think that money is everything. Money is very important, but it's not really everything. You know this from stories. I don't know how is the things in Indonesia, but you know a lot of international stories of very rich people who are very unhappy, yes or not? Rich people with, yes, rich people who are committing suicide, rich people who have terrible relationships, rich people who are depressive. Well, it's wrong to try a conclusion and say because you are rich, this is happening to you. No. What I mean is that for the rich people, the exact same things are happening like from not the rich. Nobody is protected from everything in this life. But we have a tendency to think that if we have money, this is everything. But we can have money and be very unhappy. And I want to tell you about 8 keys to happiness. 8 keys to happiness, of which money is one, but only 1 out of 8. First type of growth. The first type of wealth is growth. If you have an opportunity to grow, this is a reach in your life. This is richness in your life. So many people live their life and they don't have opportunity to grow. This opportunity is not given to them. Whether from education, nobody explained them that it's important to grow, to learn new things, or because they just don't have opportunities. They are not surrounded by people who inspire them. Question, do we have growth in Herbalife? On so many levels. Not one type, but many types of growth. Number two, this is not about Herbalife, this is generally speaking, is wellness. Energy, vitality, longevity, supplementation, biohacking. Health is not important until you don't have health. And then it becomes the most important thing. How many people don't have information about health? How many people don't know strategies? How many people don't have solutions? We have everything in our hands. Do we know anything about the wellness in Herbalife? Yes or no? Yes. We have wellness in our life. We have wellness at our fingertips every day around us, in thinking, in eating, in habits, in culture. Everything is about wellness. Family, another type of richness is family. Family is very important, and I know that you in Indonesia are very family oriented. I know that you honor the elderly. I know that you keep together. This is so important, that you respect your mothers, you respect your fathers. You need to know the Western civilization has lost a lot of that, and it's not good for the Western civilization. Romania happens to be one of the countries which is very high in traditional values yet. But we can see how this is creeping out in our society too. So be thankful for that in your country. The fourth type of value is craft. You see, if you don't have an occupation which is good and inspirational for you, you will not be as happy as you could be. Now think about somebody who has a job he hates. How it is to live a life and hate what you do. Is it good or bad? Is it good or bad? How do you say bad in Rook? Okay, so good or bad? Bad. And what is important when you have a profession, whatever it is, you need to become a master of it. This is making the full difference. I think you can have an incredible life as a cleaner of the house. Because everybody wants a good cleaner. A good cleaner is very appreciated. A good cleaner can ask for a higher salary. Because when you master your craft and you treat your job with dignity and you are becoming a master in your profession, this is bringing you happiness, guys. So this is my invitation. Not just be a Herbalife distributor, aim to be a master in our craft. Aim to be the best of the best. The best of the best, not only in results, but in the process also. To be that type of Herbalife coach that everybody is respecting in the community and everybody knows he can make a difference. Wealth number 5, money. Now, freedom to take care of responsibilities, yes? Choices. You can do nice things to people you care about. So money are important. Do we make money in Herbalife? Yes, okay. Can we make a lot of money in Herbalife? Yes. Yes, not without hard work, not without the hours, not without the years, but we can have. Because you can work a full life as a Grab driver and you will never have a lot of money. So we can have money and we can have a lot of money. We have access to money in Herbalife. Number 6, community. We become our conversation. We are an average of the 5 people we spend the most time. Build a rich community around yourself. Today, nobody who is not inspiring me, who is not helping me grow, is in my life. Nobody. You don't have access to my life unless you bring value in my life. Because I know 100%, if I am going to be in your life, I will bring value. I will bring value. So who are you talking to? Sometimes family now, with all the due respect to the family. We need to pay respect to our family, but we need to take care that who is influencing us has the capacity to do so. You will forever love your mother, but if she doesn't have business experience, will you take advice from her? You will not take advice from her. You will say, thank you, my mother, love and honor and respect to you. But you will pick the phone and you will ask your sponsor an opinion about the business. Because he is somebody who has the capacity to do so. Here many times is a blurry part because we are torn apart between the respect we have, and the need we have. So surround yourself by successful people. When you are at the trainings, if you hear somebody who is negative, go away. Go away. If you sitting by your side and somebody is telling you, oh, this is bad, this is not working, you just respectfully turn to that person and say, you know, I have my hard situations too, but I came to this training to listen to those who have a solution. It seems like you also need to listen to those people. So please don't share your experience. I don't want bad experience. If you have some good experience with me, share, please. Have the courage to clean the space around you, to get rid of dream stealers, to fill your life with people who bring you joy and who grow you, who lift you. This is extremely important. Do we have an incredible community in Herbalife? Yes, guys. And your heroes tomorrow can become your friends and colleagues and comrades and people with whom you go further in life for an incredible journey. Number 7, adventure. Guys, we need to have adventure in our lives because in our essence, we are nomads. This is in our genes. People are nomadic, they move from place to place. Of course, you can go and throw yourself from Mount Everest if you want. That's an adventure. Or you can go race the cars. That's also an adventure. But I'm taking on a different type of adventure because you can have a great adventure setting a big goal. If today you are a whole team and you want to become a global expansion team, is this adventure or not? This is adventure. I'm telling you when it's adventure. When you feel butterflies in the stomach. When you say, I want to become a global expansion team, and when you do like, what did I say? And you have butterflies in your stomach. This is adventure. You need to go for it. You need to 100% go for it. Take more risks. Setting bigger goals is taking risks. Why? Because you may fail. You may have a big goal and you may fail. This is taking risks, so you take it anyway and you do your best to go and accomplish it. We can have adventure in Herbalife all day long. Do you want adventure? Go and talk to 10 people. You are going to have the ride of your life. A lot of adrenaline sometimes, huh? Okay, but we need it. Do not lose the sparkle. Leaders, do not lose the sparkle. We have so much to do yet. We have so many things to do. The number of people in Indonesia who need our help is absolutely staggering. What are we waiting for? And number 8 is a life of service. Each day live your life lifting others. Do we have service in Herbalife? Yes, every single day. You know, I just came across this, the things organized in this way a couple of weeks ago in one of the Robin Sharma's podcasts. This is not my creation. But I understood this very, very, very early on my journey in Herbalife. And again, funny enough, I understood it from the scientific standpoint. God bless. Because when I was a university student, we had a project which was called Design an Ideal Organization. This was the project, yes? And it was the organizational psychologists, and there are criteria by which you know which organization, well, this is known by the science, you know, which organizations are the ideal. And I did this project, and it was a very good project. And when I found Herbalife, in about 2 or 3 months, I understood things. And I'm calling my professor, the one who was my project coordinator. And I said, I found an ideal organization. It exists in reality. Because I could see all these aspects we are talking about, and how this is contributing to our happiness and how this is contributing to our fulfillment. And of course, in Herbalife, we have good and bad. Of course, in Herbalife, we have people who are not honest, who steal the customers, steal the distributors, do whatever, or don't respect the rules. This is normal. But in its essence, and its principle, Herbalife is extremely smart. And if you do it in the right way, you don't only make money. You have so much wealth, and you are feeling happy and fulfilled. And I would like to close the training. I have a couple of minutes left, conveying to you some of the Jim Rohn's wisdom, you know? It took me some time until I managed to get Jim Rohn. At the beginning, I felt like he was too simple. But then I understood that he is actually so deep that it's absolutely incredible. And something which is deep, by definition, is simple. By definition, is simple. So if you haven't read Jim Rohn's books, if you haven't listened to his audios or videos, I'm sure you can find in Indonesian on YouTube hundreds of video clips like that. Go and listen to him. Guys, listen to him in the morning, 10 minutes. I'm telling you, it will change your day. If sometimes I found myself out of breath or out of inspiration, I promise, this is what I do. I'm listening to Jim, to his recording from 50 years ago, or a book, or an audio book, because I have some podcasts with him. And Jim was the master of teaching us the right way of thinking, because we think first and then act. The way we think influences our emotions. The way we react emotionally influences our actions, and our actions are influencing our destiny. And I decided some time ago to put together some quotes of Jim Rohn, and it was one of the most appreciated trainings that I ever had, and I want to share it with you. This is another picture. This is our older daughter, Madalena. This is one of the pictures she is most proud of, because she always say, I know Jim Rohn personally. I know Jim Rohn personally. This picture is absolutely priceless. Okay, so let's talk about this. Destination, some Jim Rohn's quotes, yes? In 5 years, you will arrive. Where? If you are older than 5 years in this room, who is older, not in Herbalife, but who has more than 5 years in this room? Who is more than 5 years old in this room? That's a joke. Everybody should raise a hand. You can see how the last 5 years passed, like this, like in an instant, like in the blink. The next 5 years will pass like this. You will arrive where you will arrive. If you will keep all your current habits and disciplines for the next 5 years, where you will be? From health, mental, psychological, spiritual standpoint. In 5 years, you will arrive to a well-designed destination or an undesigned destination. In an undesigned destination, you may find yourself with the wrong person, in the wrong career, with the wrong income, with the wrong health, just because you did not design a better one. So in 5 years from now, which level of the career you want to be, how much money you want to make? Some of you maybe will not be in Herbalife. Most probably, a lot of you will not be in Herbalife in 5 years from now. But whether in Herbalife or not, where you want to be in 5 years, how much money you want to make. And when you know where you want to be in 5 years, you start calculating back what you need to do today so you can be on the right direction, because the next quote is about direction. Because we walk in the direction we plan. If I plan in 5 years from now, be in the best shape mentally, physically, spiritually, have a certain level of growth, I already determined my direction. And I start walking in that direction. Now, more of that. Direction determines destination, not the wish or luck. Oh, I wish. Inshallah. Please, God, help me. You know? No, you need to first decide where you want to go, and then God helps you. You cannot change destination overnight, but you can change direction. This is very important to understand. The difference between the two directions is most of the time very little. And I want to show you the example. I have here a green sign on the middle of the stage. And I'm standing here straight with the sign between my shoes. And this is the direction I am going. If I go back and I change 1 centimeter to the right, 1 centimeter to the right, I do the same. I go straight. One small little change in direction in time is bringing you to a complete new destination. Today, the changes don't need to be so big, because a few decisions in disciplines, learning, habits, goal setting can bring you to a completely different destination. A decision in 90 days to learn all the habits we were talking about on the previous session, all the skills. Do you think this will impact your destination or not? Becoming good at prospecting, becoming good at presenting, becoming good at selling products, becoming good at the follow-up, becoming good at making people have results, becoming good on talking about the opportunity, becoming good in supporting your people to become supervisors, helping your supervisors to be successful and make money. Will this impact or not your results? And the only thing you need is just some changes. It's a long way to a new destination. It's a long way to a new destination. It's a long way to a new destination, but it's a very short one to a new direction. Jim Rohn. Vision. I have been working a lot about the vision because I trust a lot in the power of the vision. Start seeing yourself in the future. Where do you want to see yourself? What do you want to do? In which shape you want to be? Decide what you want and start behaving like you already have that. This is Jim Rohn. His biggest belief was in the power of the vision. He was always saying, you're not a tree. You can move. You can change. You can change direction. You can change destination. You can change habits. You can change goals. Anybody who lives his life in the service of many can achieve great things, great fortune, great satisfaction, great joy. This is what we do. We live a life of service to others. So joy and happiness are in the formula. Without the sense of urgency, the desire loses value. What did I say is the most important thing to do in the end of this training? To take? No. Commitment. Let's repeat all together. Commitment. Why is this so important? Because the commitment will take your journey with a higher speed. It will add the sense of urgency. You don't commit tonight. You commit here, now. Now you're saying, I'm committing for the next 90 days to do what? Now, you commit now. Because when you commit now, you add the sense of urgency, and without the sense of urgency, the desire loses its power. If you are going to do it tonight, you are not going to do it because you will forget by tonight. So I even invite you to take out your phones and send a message to your sponsor now. Now to send a message, what is your commitment? The environment. You are the average of those 5 people you spend the most of your time with. We've talked about this. And in the end, I wish you all to arrive at a well-designed destination in 5 years from now. A destination of personal productivity that will make you proud of what you have become. To a place that will offer you all respect and honor and the possibility to touch the lives of people that you cannot reach yet. This is my blessing for you, Indonesia. And I want to tell you, welcome to Herbalife. We are just getting started.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Rodica, for your sharing, which is very inspiring and a lesson for all
Thank you
of
very
us.
much.
Okay, Mrs. Rodica, please stay still in here with us because we will give you.
Thank you, Chairman's Club 40K,
Oke,
Rodica
ya,
Makarai for
kepada
a 2-day session.
Bapak General
So
Manager Pak Oktrianto
what
bersama
we what we
para
have
jadi dimohon untuk naik ke atas panggung untuk memberikan cindera mata.
Mohon maaf ya Bapak Ibu ya, rezeki MC. Please stand here.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman's Club 40K, Rodica Makarai. Yes. So today's session, that's all to wrap up today's session with some learnings together is sense of urgency. Now, as leaders, world team members and above, our dearest tech teams and present teams, now we have the tech team challenge. Not to forget, sense of urgency. We still got time, but you need to start now. We have November and December to strive yourself to get the best incremental RO throughout your journey. For this tapping challenge towards approaching our 20th anniversary and spectacular 2026. So good luck. Let's fight together to have your best performance, best incremental RO for our tap-in challenge. We shall see you again in spectacular 2026, 20th anniversary. Let's go have a life.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I ever met. Ooh, I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Oh, tears apart. No, no, no. Baby, I would rather be dead.
Recording stopped.